ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Chris Pratt Podcast. I'm joined here by Casey Smith and Brianna something. I don't know her last name, but that's not important. Important
All
thing
right.
is we're doing a broadcast.
No, podcast, not broadcast.
Well, you
We aren't broad-
you
Are you
broad-
broadcasting live?
No, you broadcast a podcast.
That's true. Or you could publish a podcast.
Okay.
It's Brianna Brock.
Oh, broccoli.
Brianna.
The broccoli is here.
All right. Well, my opinion, we should start with Ronda Rousey because that was amazing.
Put the McGregor up there too.
No, we just gotta start. We've all
No,
seen.
the
Everyone
McGregor-
has seen the fight already.
But yeah, and we talk about McGregor reacting to the Ronda Rousey fight.
No,
Okay,
we don't need him to react. We need us to react.
we're gonna react on someone reacting.
We're gonna react on someone reacting to a reaction.
I
That seems legit.
no, because it is because he's
Well-
talking about Donald Trump reaction to.
But that has nothing
Ronda.
to do with Ronda Rousey. We just need to do Ronda Rousey.
Okay, go.
You're the one who wanted to do Ronda Rousey. Go ahead. You don't need to play the video. Just go. No, we don't need to play the video.
Okay. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I've never done a podcast.
Okay, Ronda Rousey was the former champion of the women's UFC, but a little while ago she got knocked out by Holly Holm, and everyone went crazy, like, "Oh no, Ronda Rousey!" Me. So, for my opinion, I'm glad she got knocked out.
Why for?
So am I. I'm glad she got knocked out too. She was very cocky going into the fight, and she has been getting cocky lately. And I think this knockout will open her eyes. Literally. She needs to.
Well,
I think our eyes are sealed shut with blood. So-
yeah, pretty much. But in all honesty, she kind of deserved it because she didn't do the traditional bumping of the gloves in the beginning of the match. She skipped it and walked away. Oh, and that's the most disrespect that ever could happen.
So just remember that, kids. If you don't bump gloves, you're gonna get knocked out.
Yep. It's like
Yeah.
98% of the time.
That's how the world works.
And she also, in an interview before the fight, she actually was talking about Holly Holm's fighting style and how she was going to keep her distance. And that's exactly what Holly Holmes did. She kept her distance. She threw a lot of good hits to her jaw, which caused her to knock out. And Ronda Rousey knew that was going to happen, and she let it happen.
Yep. But yet again, Ronda Rousey, being the cocky person she is, totally didn't understand that you have to do what you say is going to happen, and totally didn't act against what she said of Holly would keep her distance,
Yeah.
and got knocked out for it and got totally punished. Zach, do you have any thoughts?
I have several. Mainly, I was wondering what you guys think is going to happen to Ronda after this.
Well, she's out of UFC for at least 6 months, is what the doctors have said about her, because she busted her lip and she had a concussion. So
Ow.
they're going to keep her out for 6 months.
I think that she's just going to come back harder, to be honest. It's really going to make her train even harder. Like, hey, I lost, now I got to win again.
So you think that you're glad that she got knocked out because that way she can come back better?
Yes.
Hmm.
Because it's going to encourage her. Like, hey, I lost this last fight. Now I have to win this one because everybody's talking smack about me and I'm going to prove them wrong.
So
Alright.
That
it's not how you
that-
hit the mat, it's how you get back up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
nice Rocky quote, basically. It's not how hard life can hit you, it's about how hard you can get hit and get back up.
Actually, I was quoting Daredevil, but okay. You got it, man.
Rocky.
I got Daredevil.
Yeah. I win. 2 against 1.
So, in other likes of news on the gaming side, Zach is very mad about a game because it has a terrible port for the PC version. Would you like to explain more?
Well, In the past couple of years, as far as the internet has interacted with video games and how they've been released, and the speed at which they're being released, that way companies can make more money, they have kind of gotten a little careless, I guess. Because nowadays, instead of having to release a full game that works when it's released and has all the features, because they can't just send patches through the internet to fix it later, they release broken games that don't work and don't have all the stuff that they need because they don't have to, and they make more money now than they did back then.
And now I'm going to put something up on screen, and this is just one of the games. This is actually a little while ago. It's Borderlands 2, and you can see the amount of DLC, and they range anywhere from $1 to $20 just to get certain skins, certain characters, and all this stuff. And if it's basically, you don't get the full game unless you pay like up to $100.
It's basically, they sell you the game, but then the rest of the game, like they sell you part of the game. And nowadays, it's like they sell you part of the game, then you pay for the rest later. They don't give you the full game at the same time because they can just send you updates through the internet. And people pay for it.
And we've had that. We've had AC Unity, was it?
Yes, it was Unity.
It was
Oh.
Assassin's Creed Unity was released as one of the most broken games that has ever been. And so it got the most amount of backlash I've seen on a game because it was so broken that sometimes you couldn't even see main characters' faces.
That and the computer port for Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh yeah, a lot of games are getting so much backlash because of day one DLC or stuff you really have to buy to have the full game.
This actually reminds me of Battlefront, the new Star Wars game that came out.
Oh god.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
had
the-
day one DLC.
yeah. The DLC was $50, and it was just like you couldn't play the game unless you had the DLC.
Yeah,
The game was literally made just to make money.
the game would be
Like it wasn't just for the fans, not like Star Wars.
the game would be outrageous if you had to. It was what, 110 for the whole game?
Yeah, it was
the-
110 for the whole game,
If you got
and that included like the season pass.
and if you got the deluxe edition of the game, then
it
it
was
costs
$75.
It costs 120 total.
yeah, I bought that one
Oh my god.
unwillingly.
But the it annoys me because of how much they've just strayed from how games used to be released as working units.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like Mario didn't come with another whole pack that you had to buy for $10.
And that's another thing. The Wii U hasn't had a single game that hasn't come out as a full game and worked properly.
Actually, Black Ops came out on there, but that
Oh.
really Nintendo releases full games. I will say that.
Gosh.
But all these games, like certain games, there's like a point system where you can buy DLC things in the game, but some games have like added on. You have to pay $1 or $20 for a certain like thing. It's just aesthetics for the game.
yeah.
It's not even just aesthetics, because it's actual levels and
Yeah.
things in the game. Like, for example, Borderlands 2, if you get the DLC, it ups your level cap so you can unlock more stuff.
Hmm.
Literally. Like, you can't even level up all the way unless you pay.
Yeah.
Extra.
And then the game that Zach is talking about is Just Cause 3. And it hasn't even come out yet. And it is by far, it has a terrible port.
Came out
And-
today.
Yeah, it can't. Well, did it?
Yep.
For the public?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, even before that, it had a terrible port. Like, graphics were missing for the PC. You couldn't exactly go everywhere you wanted. And before that, Just Cause 2, that game was fun. Like, there's little DLCs, and it costs maybe $5, but you don't need it because there's mods to get the DLC items.
That and Just Cause 3, apparently the more high end your system is, the worse it runs. And on top of that, Nvidia Oh, don't even get me started on Nvidia right now, but Nvidia, their graphics cards work like 10 times better, which is that they can run the game at all. On AMD video cards, the game crashes because they didn't do crap to optimize it for the computer.
See, now I'm gonna bring up a game that did DLC kind of right. It's Nosgoth. It's free now to play.
Oh yeah.
Zach bought it for me, and he bought it for himself, and we got and we're able to buy things with the in-game currency, and you can buy certain things to make you get another like character or item, but you can buy them all with coins. It just takes forever to save them, and I'd rather take time to get coins than to just buy something.
Another thing, developers are more worried about how much money they can get for you instead of how much time you're actually going to spend playing their game and how their game community is going to work as a whole.
Yeah.
Now, Nazgoth, of course, it has all these DLC and stuff, but every single thing you can buy with DLC, it either doesn't matter for gameplay or you can buy it with in-game currency that you earn by playing the game.
And there's only one DLC for Nosgoth total, and it's $40, and you get all classes unlocked, all common weapons abilities and stuff, and you get the existing classes and future classes that come, all coming weapons, all new abilities for $40, and it keeps going, and you get to keep all those for the whole game. I wouldn't personally buy it because I'd rather play the game to get my stuff, but some people I could see how they would buy it. And I'd rather have one DLC that gives you everything than to have 5 separate things that cost $20 each and adds up to $100.
How about damn mobile game microtransactions, though?
You mean freemium games, dude?
Oh man, microtransactions are abysmal.
Yeah. You go into pretty much any mobile game now. There's advertisements, pop-ups.
Let me pull this up. I want to see how much Candy Crush made. Because
Even
oh
if
my
we go to
goodness.
something like Flappy Bird didn't have microtransactions. It just had ads, and it made what, $1 billion?
Made something crazy for one dude too. One dude made that game. Okay, Candy Crush Saga and microtransactions, which is like for $1, made $1.5 billion last year.
Last year, and that's probably gone up.
Holy junk
If
mail.
we look up, does anyone know the producer of the game, like who made the game?
Nope. I think Blizzard bought it.
Oh,
Yeah,
Someone bought
Blizzard
it.
bought it.
okay. Well, I'm gonna look up who made Candy Crush.
What about Clash of Clans?
Oh, don't get me started on that. That's like you have all these mobile games, but there's all the same games on the computer that you can get for free, and it doesn't matter. There's it's like an Android or Apple, what's it called, emulator, and basically I found out that you can use this thing called Cheat Engine with it, and you can play Clash of Clans and all these things, and basically give yourself all this money and stuff. And so it's just like, just do it on the computer. It's a lot cheaper. You won't get lost, and it's so stupid.
The big
Game of War.
peeve, like the big peeve with all this DLC stuff though, is the fact that when you pay $60 for a game now, you're not getting $60 of the game. You're getting half of the game for $60, and then you're paying another like $50 or $40, $60 to get the rest of the game.
Yeah, it's outrageous. Like, I bought a game called Dark Souls, and I bought it for Zach too, and it doesn't have any DLC in this one, but the next one and the following other games made by From Software have DLC in it, and I haven't really looked at how much the DLC adds up to, but I'm fairly certain it's not going to be like, oh, you pay $60 for the game, and you get all of the game, and then you get a different DLC. But right now, Dark Souls 2, the regular one is $40, but then there's a season pass which is $25, and that gives you all of the DLC.
Now, back to the topic of unfinished games. How about the fact that Star Wars Battlefront released without a campaign?
That is true. I personally bought the game thinking that there was going to be a campaign, and I got into the game after downloading it for like, I want to say 10 hours. It was a very large download. It was about 100 gigabytes of storage I needed just for the game. And I got on there thinking there was a campaign, and all it was tutorials how to play the game and just a couple missions. And plus their servers were down, so I couldn't play online. So as a user, I was completely confused.
I have another thing we can talk about, actually. It's basically based on servers and stuff. Zach knows who I'm going to talk about as soon as I say it. So there is this hacking group or DDoSing group called not Anonymous. It's called Lizard Squad. And they've taken down Xbox Live, PSN, all Black Ops 3 servers, which is a newer game. They've taken them all down just in the past week for at least 5 hours, and it's really funny to watch what happens because people get so upset. And I've actually went to Best Buy, the Geek Squad, and someone was like, "Oh, my Xbox is broke. How do I get it fixed?" They went to Geek Squad to see what they could do about someone attacking the Xbox network. And they've done this. It was on Christmas too, which makes it even funnier because all these kids get their new Xboxes and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to waste my life on this for forever." Then the servers are down and they can't even log on. So,
speaking of hacking and stuff, how do you guys think the future of everything is gonna go as far as people being able to hack stuff so easily nowadays?
well, did you guys hear about the FBI? The president of the FBI got his email hacked.
Huh?
Well, he didn't really get it hacked. He got it like
Compromised?
compromised. Someone figured out a way how to get AOL to give him a reset password, and then reset his email and basically get the password. And then he got all this confidential information, and it was crazy to me. It's just different, and it's going to be tough later on because we're going to need some top level people to keep security intact.
And some of those top level people probably don't even want to work for the government or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they what has the government done for them? They haven't given them a computer to work on. They haven't done much to help them with their careers.
I know Google, they actually have a job of just a whole set of hackers to hack their own websites and to show the people how to I forgot the exact word for it, to block future hackers.
Prevent?
Yeah, prevent future hackers.
So, anything else to say on the whole patches and stuff situation gaming nowadays? And
Yes, I want to cry.
Same.
sadly, most of the games that come out require so much hardware on the PC that it's like, come on, you're gonna.
Maybe if
We want simple.
maybe if you're a peasant.
But not everyone has $100 to upgrade their PC every time.
Bro, you have an i7 that doesn't even have hyper-threading and no graphics card.
I know. All I need to do is get a graphics card.
You basically have an i5 and no graphics card.
Yep. But these what was it? There was the Hadron Collider computer requires 64 gigabytes of RAM, and it's like, holy crap, that's a lot of RAM.
There's a website called "Has the Hadron Collider Destroyed Europe Yet?" and it says
the world.
It says no on it. Or not
Yeah,
yet. It says like not yet.
It says nope.
That's great.
Yeah. So, on to really recent news. This happened 2 days ago by a YouTuber named Sam Pepper, who I dislike because of things he's done in the past and how scumbaggy he is. But he did a thing called Killing Best Friend Prank, and it was with two Vine stars, Sam and Colby. And they basically kidnapped Sam and Colby. Colby was in on it, and we know how YouTube pranks work. Everyone's in on it, and it's just in for entertainment, views, and money, pretty much. And so they took them to like a balcony. They had both of them with their heads bagged, and then took the bag off Sam and showed Sam that it was Colby, and shot quote quote Colby and killed him. And of course, Sam was so upset and crying, and he looked terrified, but he's acting, obviously. And so people went on Twitter on a rant and disliked this guy's video. It has so many dislikes. I haven't even checked the dislikes in a while. But what I find funny about this is that in an interview that I showed Zach and Bree just a second ago, is that Sam himself said, we knew it was a prank, and we were kind of surprised when it got that many dislikes and everyone on Twitter was rampaging. And he also stated that I'm fine, but everyone on Twitter, I haven't been asked if I'm fine on Twitter, and everyone's basically vouching for me, saying, oh, he must be so terrified, he's got to hate you guys now and all this stuff, but no one's really asked him how he's doing. And he basically said that he's fine and it was just a prank and it was all in good fun. And so it's basically how I feel about it. I feel like it's really a stupid thing to go off about. I mean, there's worse things in the world happening.
True.
And the thing is, with social media and stuff, everyone has a voice. And
Yeah.
everyone can comment on some situation, and then anyone can see it.
Everyone's entitled to their own
So,
voice, apparently.
Things like this get blown out of proportion really fast.
Yeah.
Like, if that video got like 1,000 views, do you really think that anyone would have been upset?
Okay, I can't check the dislikes. This thing has 2 million views and doesn't
Yeah.
have dislikes or likes available, but it has so many comments about like death is not something you should make a prank about. Death is not fun, not at all. And then it's so bad.
Well, it's YouTube. Like, of course you're gonna have that on YouTube.
but
If you don't want to watch it, then don't watch it. It's
yeah, that's my
YouTube.
point.
There's
You-
other videos on YouTube.
But if you go to like any other pranks channel, you go like FusiTube and all this stuff. There's all these killing my girlfriend prank, caught naked in the shower prank, and all this stuff. And it's like no one's going crazy on it. It's like, oh yeah, it's just a prank and all that stuff.
It's like it's like the Starbucks coffee thing. Like, one person was upset, and then one other person or 3 other people saw it, and they just started commenting about it, and then everyone saw that, and then everyone saw those, and it just got blown way out of proportion to
And so
what
there was
what
an
it really
update from
was.
today on this situation, and basically Anonymous has said that they're going to go after him, but I honestly don't think it's true, because you know how many people can forge tweets and stuff, and basically the Anon messages, which is their official quote quote Twitter, it says Sam Pepper has exactly 24 hours to take down the video titled "Killing Best Friend Prank," or he will incur the wrath of Anonymous. First of all, it seems kind of iffy. Like, I don't think so. And so they continue on by saying, this video must be taken down. At Sam Pepper, you have been warned. You have 24 hours or we will unleash hell on you. And they keep going. And now there's a petition trying to get him off YouTube. And it's like 18,000 people away from 150,000 people to get him off. I'm not going to sign it at all.
this is someone's job, for one. He makes money from this. It's just, it annoys me that people are actually trying to get him off of YouTube.
Yeah, and he has the right to say whatever he wants. He has the right to post whatever he posts. It's not against YouTube terms of service. So even if Anonymous tries to take down him, they can't really do anything. They can't flag him. Bless you. They'll flag him down, but they can't flag him for anything, really.
Oh, 1 second. I gotta turn my air off.
That's fine.
Because it's on for some reason. I thought I turned it off.
They try. They'll try. They'll flag him. His video will probably be taken down for 24 hours. YouTube will review the flags, and they'll say, "Oh no, it's nothing." And so, yeah. And all these comments that I see on social media, it's like, this is technically illegal. Simulated kidnapping or not is still kidnapping and a felony. See, in this, it is not illegal because in the end, we all know that most YouTube pranks are fake, and everyone's an actor in them. So it's definitely not illegal.
Guys,
They say
guys,
that person
Yes.
was not in.
this is the internet. This is serious business.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
The internet gets so upset about little things, and it's kind of sad, in my opinion. It makes no sense.
I swear. Someone's like goldfish is gonna die. And they're gonna be like, haha, prank. And everyone's gonna be like, that's not funny!
Yeah, exactly. But people say, I don't want to do this, but like, if you go onto 4chan and you're like, oh no, that's not that bad, but you say this prank, quote prank, acting thing is bad, it's really sad because it's not bad.
The people,
compared to-
they're like trying to fix the internet or something.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to like be the police of the internet, but they can't do that. Like, it's weird.
It is. People
I think we-
overreact over the littlest stuff.
I think we should talk about Star Wars.
Well, what about Star Wars?
Yes.
What about it?
It's gonna break box offices.
Yeah.
It's literally gonna break box office. It's gonna be like the #1 top grossing movie ever.
I might already
For
have
one?
because of the pre-orders.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
It's pretty crazy.
I'm looking it up right now. Trying to see. Yeah, I made Star Wars 7 and advanced tickets sales breaking records.
Yeah, I mean, I already purchased my ticket.
So
I mean, I'm already supporting that. I'm part of that.
yeah.
I can't wait for it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna buy my tickets early because. So okay, so here's a article that says Star Wars 7 has already made 50 million in early ticket sales. So, just to think that that's already happened, it's kind of crazy.
Wait, 50 million?
50 million.
Okay. So like $11 a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I
Well-
did personally, most are doing this now just to get more money because companies talk with money. It was $60 and you watch every movie before that just so you can catch up and watch the next movie, The Force Awakens.
Yeah. There was actually, who was it? I think it was like Vice News or something said Star Wars Battlefront was bad, and it is.
It's not
It-
full.
It's not bad. It's just not. It's not very good in terms of a traditional game where you get.
It's
pretty
not.
much-
It's not Battlefront.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But basically, Vice got so much backlash on this that they had to like renew the article, and it was just crazy. I felt bad for them. In
So-
other news, okay, go ahead, Bree.
I was just gonna say that Star Wars has to be Avatar, which has held the record since 2009 for the most top grossing movie. They have to break $760 million.
They will.
They,
They probably have in toy sales already.
yeah.
I want to bring up something. It's a guy named Milo Yiannopoulos. He's kind of this. He didn't really. I don't know how to explain him, but he is very smart and basically the new age feminism, not the old age where it's like, oh, women want the right to vote. You should give them the right to vote. It's the new age feminism, like, oh, there's a wage gap, which there isn't because it's been statistically proven that women get paid the same, and it is also illegal to pay a man more than a woman.
Like
Yes.
it's like comparing someone who got an engineering degree to someone who has like a what's it
Medical
call it?
degree.
No, like the social
Gender studies degree.
yeah, like the social studies degree or something.
The basically all these feminists are is they've taken gender studies and they believe whatever they learned is so true. Like there's a wage gap or whatever. But the data they're going off of is how much women are paid yearly versus how much they're paid for their time. Women statistically have to take more time off because their maternity leave. Anyway, he was at a university and basically this feminist, I do air quotes whenever I say them because they're not the actual definition of feminism.
It's okay. It's like radical Islam versus regular Islam.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So I'm going to play the video for you guys and I'll edit it out and post.
The rest of the year. What she hears is, I'm paid 77 cents to a male dollar, or whatever, right? This is based on a conflation of wages and earnings. No woman is paid less for the same work as a man. That's illegal. And if they were, yes, companies would be full of them. Women don't apply for jobs at the same rates as men. It wouldn't matter. Employers would hire the women anyway because they're cheaper. It doesn't make any difference. And frankly, it doesn't stand up to scrutiny either. Because if you start looking at studies that are coming out now, Cornell, 2015, women going into STEM subjects have a 2-to-1 advantage over men going for the same jobs. Fewer women do apply, but they all get the
You've got
jobs.
to have had the degree, you've got to have done STEM, you've got to have the A-levels, the GCSE, and then the degree.
Yes, and when women choose to do that, they have a 2-to-1 advantage over men in the workplace, and they get paid less than men.
When they choose to do it, yes. But you have to decide, in England, you have to try at 15 if you're going to do sciences or not. And at 15, women and girls aren't encouraged to do so. So yes, they're more likely to, but the amount of them doing it is vanishing, well not vanishing, rare, quite rare.
Again, you have to explain, if you believe that the number of women in STEM subjects is too low because women are not being encouraged to do science subjects, there aren't enough women in physics and maths and philosophy, you have to explain why women dominate biology, why women dominate medicine.
Because of the girly sciences.
What does that mean?
They're the sciences that are more linked
I don't
to
think
caring
I
professions.
don't think you should make generalizations like that. Some people find that kind of offensive.
Would you care to define what you mean by
I would just like to say, with girly sciences, particularly with medicine and vet med, there's a caring aspect to those when you're working. They're the kind of nurturing. That's not what I said. That's not fair. That's not a very nice thing to say about men, though. They are the sciences that lend themselves to more caring professions.
Women are more
Therefore,
caring than men.
by caring? What do you mean by caring?
as in the more
It's just sexism.
No, please let her finish.
Women are more caring than men.
by saying this, I'm not condoning it. I'm saying it's the way it is on circumcising children at all. I think the differences would be that male circumcision.
All right, order please. Thank you.
Male circumcision does tend to take place in sterile environments by medically trained professionals, whereas, and I am slightly generating here, female circumcision generally tends to take place in less sterile environments with less medically trained professionals. There is a movement in aid development to make a way of circumcising women that is safer and cleaner. It's not an ideal solution, but it would at least prevent the infections that come with it. The other thing I would say is that it is harder for a woman without a clitoris to orgasm than for a man without a foreskin to orgasm. So whilst
So women are the
No more heckling.
if that wasn't true, then a lot of men wouldn't be able to orgasm.
Okay,
And I've
so-
seen
so-
men with foreskins orgasm.
So women.
This is not that kind
What we've established, I think, is that women are the real victims of circumcision.
Do you think that?
No, that's what you just said. You were given an opportunity to continue what had been a very productive and constructive theme about some of the issues that men face. Instead, you chose a perfectly reasonable question about male circumcision. And some men's rights activists call it male genital mutilation. I think it's going a little bit too far, and you made women the victim of it.
Do
Okay.
you not? Can I ask? Karen?
Yes, you may.
Do you not think that do you accept that generally more female circumcision is done in a non-medically sterile environment?
Yes or no?
I have no clue.
Okay.
I don't think you do either.
I think.
Actually, you have evidences. You're convinced of this.
I'm convinced this from studies that I've read, but
Okay,
What
very well.
studies?
So there is evidence.
What
The
studies?
studies will be applied up,
Amnesty
but
International's genital mutilation
Says that female circumcision happens in less sanitary conditions than men.
if you read the whole thing, that's the impression I took from it.
The impression you took from it.
hold on a second. Right, we're returning to evidence-based.
My name.
Okay.
You keep attacking Rebecca's work quite personally, and you said that she likes to objectify men, but she doesn't like women being objectified. She actually wrote an article how she didn't like Brooklyn Beckham being called something like young, sexy, and legal, and how she thought that it was wrong that he was called that by another article. So that clearly shows that she doesn't like.
Well, I never said she was consistent, but she did write an article in the wake of the Charlotte Proudman issue, and there was a lawyer who decided she didn't want to be a lawyer anymore, she wanted to be a Guardian columnist, so she made a name for herself by complaining that a man had said she looked nice. Well, I'm sorry, love. So she went to town, publicly shamed him.
I suspect this is verging the runs of ad hominem attacks.
I am really interested to hear where you're going there, because I don't think I
If
read
you're
it.
accepting-
In your
Okay.
piece, you said that if it was a man, you'd probably have laughed. Do you want me to quote it?
I'm genuinely, yes, I would, because I'm not saying you're wrong, I just don't remember writing it.
I'll find it while you're
After this, one
replying.
last question, just to clarify.
Yeah,
What
it
piece
was,
is this?
if I knew that a male member of staff was speculating about how I look naked, I would cause the sort of fuss that would make Charlotte Proudman look meek. If I heard a female colleague doing the same thing about Andrew in accounts, I'd probably laugh and I might even join in.
And I can
She starts off with a wage gap, which we all know there's no wage gap because I've said it already. Statistically, there's no wage gap, and it's also illegal, so they can't really have a wage gap.
And on top of this, they basically have a double standard of like all of society. Like women are equal to men, but this science is girly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
This
said
is
that
for
in the video.
women.
She said,
girly sciences,
basically what Milo said is he said
more
That-
nurture.
women are more profound in biology because he said because they're more profound in biology, and then she goes on to say because it's a girly science, basically. She said, and so Milo goes on to continue and say, well, that's not true. You're saying, and she goes on to say, it's just more of a caring science. It needs more care. And so it just, it's sad to think that people think like that women are in this wage gap, which if there was a wage gap, if women were paid less for their work, companies would be paying thousands of dollars just to get the, or, well, they would have them everywhere. They would just be like China is with plastic and stuff. They'd hire kids like kids. But like, that's not happening, is it? Also, Zach, guess what?
What?
My post is now viral.
That is pertinent to this topic.
Yeah, it is. but-
Mr. Smith?
Another thing.
Wait, are we recording right now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
I was recording that entire time.
good.
You just hear me eating popcorn in a video in the background.
No. You'll be muted. Don't worry. Basically, is Milo's defending himself against this feminist who thinks that women have it so hard. They get They get nothing. They get less sterile environments in certain operations, which would be technically illegal to do that if women were treated
It
worse.
would definitely be illegal to do that.
Yes.
Just like it's illegal to pay them less.
Yeah. But this video goes on for a little while, and basically it gets so bad for where the guy in the middle has to stop Milo because he knows that she is drowning in, basically the crowd is booing her, and so the ginger guy has to stop Milo from saying stuff multiple times, and it's just sad.
Just say the freaking ginger guy.
Yes, he's
Okay,
ginger.
Let's try that again and call him the... What is he actually in this video?
Soulless guy.
Solus? Wow.
I don't know his name. I couldn't find it.
Let's call him Josh.
Okay, fine.
That's accurate.
Well, I do have a ginger friend
Have
named
you-
Josh.
Okay. I was about to ask him, like, have you ever met a ginger named Josh?
Yes.
So it just goes on, and Milo basically destroys her in this debate.
With
and-
facts?
Yes, with facts, with 100% facts, and it's really funny to watch.
He even shut her down by quoting her.
Yeah, pretty much. Another thing is this guy does a lot of things against feminists, and there's more videos I could show, but it would take forever to show all of them.
So basically, it's like if... Oh, dang it. I had something good. Okay, so it's basically like their own rules about how society works and how they're mistreated contradicts itself.
Other than that, there are so many of these people in societies that think women are like objectified in video games when it's
How
It's
about...
just-
there's a Tildeer video on that too, where
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
picks out one of the only over-sexualized women in video gaming made by a woman.
yeah.
It's the only one she mentions by name, which is hilarious.
And to be honest, most of the female characters are created by females so they can get the movements right and all these things right. So it just doesn't make sense to me how people can go on and say, this is like totally like, yeah, this is objectifying women and all this stuff. And people are like, oh, you can dress however you want, just like, I find most of these arguments to be stupid, to say the least. Bree, do you have anything to say? Should get your female point of view on this subject.
Hello?
I think Bree's dead.
Oh, no, sorry.
Did you hear what I said?
Somewhat.
What is your point of view on this?
My point of view...
Well, it's lower to the
to be
ground.
honest, I'm more towards Milo because these feminists do have this mindset all the time, like, oh, women can't do this, women can't do that. Well, that was society back then. Standards have changed. Yes, women can do whatever they want now because it's law. They had the freedom to do what they want. If a girl wanted to become a physicist, go become one if that's your passion. But her mentioning like her terms that she used, like girly sciences, that's not really a thing anymore.
It seems
you
like
see
the
a lot-
opposite of what she's trying to fight, against.
Yeah,
She's trying to fight about men in the workplace, saying there's more of them and they get paid more. But she uses this term girly sciences, such as like nursing and being doctor, because she says it takes a lot of
nurturing.
Yeah, nurturing. And so basically Milo reacts by saying, so you're saying men don't have those abilities, and that's basically sexist. And she says, no, it's not sexist. And oh my gosh,
She contradicts herself a lot.
yes. And that's the problem with most of these feminists, is they try to say these certain things and they end up contradicting themselves and making themselves look like total fools by saying only women can be, or only women can be objectified, or only men can be sexist towards women. It's sad.
But then, and even Milo quoted her like what you just said, like, oh, only men can objectify women. Well, she was saying that she would laugh at a guy if he chose to do a different job. I forgot what occupation he chose, but she would laugh at him. That's somewhat objectifying him for doing what he wants to do with his life.
Yeah. Did any of you guys watch or did you watch the football game last night? I think it was the Cleveland Browns versus the Ravens.
Nope.
No,
Not on TV.
I didn't.
Oh.
But the Patriots versus Broncos, the Patriots got defeated by the Broncos.
You should have seen the
That's-
ending to the Ravens game.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me look it
It
up
was-
right now.
Hopefully it's on YouTube somewhere.
Yeah, NFL always covers that.
But there was
But-
a last second touchdown to win.
Are we done? Can I
Oh.
wrap it up? We good?
I guess, but I was gonna show this.
And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our podcast on feminism, Sam Pepper, Ronda Rousey, and a few other things that I've forgotten
Terrible
we
video
covered.
games.
Oh yes, video game ports, of course. Thank you for listening, and you have a great day.